Hi everyone, First Form 5 Meteorologist Melissa Meeder here on our Friday. It's a bit gloomy out there, and unfortunately, the next chance that we're really going to see a lot of ample sunlight will be on Monday. It is a soggy next couple of days. We're going to walk through what we can expect for your Friday as well as your holiday weekend. Temperature-wise, rain chance-wise, thunderstorm chances, severe risk for your day to day as well as on Sunday. And that's new as of today. So what can we expect? Well, there's kind of a lot going on. If we look ahead for this weekend, or really the next 3 days, I should say. This evening, we've got spotty storms. There's the potential for them to be strong to severe. And then as we get into the weekend, we're significantly cooler. We're in the 50s. Rain will be likely. There is the potential for some strong to severe storms in our southeastern areas come Sunday. So we're going to kind of walk through what we can expect for the whole weekend, time out when we could see rain. And unfortunately, it's most of the time, especially as we get into the weekend. So for today, we do have the threat for a few strong to severe storms. This is mainly going to be late this evening into the overnight. Level 1 out of 5 risk from Ottawa up towards Chillicothe. Kansas City is included in this. Level 1 out of 5 risk, and then a level 2 out of 5 risk towards the southeast. So better chances for some strong to severe storms off towards the southeast. Damaging winds and hail will be the primary threats with this, as well as heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall will bring potential throughout the next 3 days. As for right now, we have seen some light shower activity, rain showers on radar up towards Chillicothe at this point. In the metro, inside the 435 loop, some spotty activity up towards Warrensburg and Sedalia. Spotty activity will continue to be possible as we go through the next couple of hours and into this evening. It's likely after sunset or around sunset when we see that potential for some strong to severe storms to develop. So as we walk through the rest of the day today, spotty activity is going to be possible. It looks like for the most part, it's going to be along and east of I-29 and I-35, or I should say I-35 specifically, not I-29. So as we go through the evening, 6 o'clock, activity mainly in our southeastern half of the area, which makes sense because of that strong to severe storm potential, that severe weather threat being generally towards the southeast of the I-35 corridor. So as we see the potential for strong to severe storms develop, as the evening goes on, by 10 o'clock, looks like some rain and thunderstorm activity will be kind of scattered in nature along that I-35 corridor and to the east. That continues as we head through the overnight hours, and it looks like for the most part develops along I-35, then generally goes along and south of I-70. That takes us into your Saturday morning. And Saturday, of course, we're looking at off and on activity for the weekend. Some isolated storms at first, and then building as we go through the day. So as for right now, it's cooler out there. Temperatures are in the 50s. It's gloomy. There's a little bit of a light breeze. Unfortunately, this is kind of what we're going to get the next 3 days. Through the next couple of hours, spotty chances for those rain showers. Temperatures, I'm not entirely sure are going to get into the 60s. I think the cloud cover, the cold front that moves through the area, that will prevent us from warming up all that much. I think maybe we hit 60 degrees, but I don't think that lower to mid 60 degree mark is in the cards for us today. I hope that I am wrong with that, but I think we're going to remain pretty much in the 50s. So as we look towards the weekend then, we talked about today, we talked about that strong to severe storm chance, and what do we need to know for the weekend? Well, for your Saturday, we're looking off and on rain. At some points it'll be dry, some points it'll be wet. Then as we get to Sunday, we're looking at widespread rain. Thunderstorm activity will be possible, some strong to severe storms possible as well on Sunday. Heavy rain will be possible. There is some flooding potential with that, mainly towards our southern counties, as they are going to see the most rainfall over the next kind of 3-day period. And with that being said, because of the Easter holiday, while there will be some dry times on Saturday, Sunday's looking more wet than dry. But because there is going to be so much rain By the time we get to Sunday, even if there is a little bit of dry time, the ground is going to be pretty soggy, pretty muddy, pretty wet. So with that being said, I think maybe if you are having an Easter egg hunt, maybe move it inside. I mentioned the potential for heavy rainfall. This evening into Sunday evening, there is a flood watch for our southern areas. Butler, Clinton, Fristow, Sedalia included in this. They are going to see, these counties will see the most rainfall, most likely, out of all of us over the next 3 days. And that's just how the storm system is going to be setting up. When we think about how much rain we could see between today, tomorrow, and Sunday, we're looking at 1 to 2 inches in the northwestern areas, 2 to 3 inches possible in the metro, 3 to 4 inches on the high end to our southeastern areas. So we're looking at potential, for some localized flooding with this. So a lot of rain is expected over the next 3 days. In terms of the weekend itself, what are we dealing with temperature-wise? Well, as I said, what we're feeling right now today outside, that's pretty much what's going to be hanging on for the next 3 days. So mid-50s tomorrow, 56 for your Saturday. We've got off and on rain showers. Sunday, widespread showers, some storms embedded in there. We're in the upper 50s still. So we're looking at a soggy, cool weekend. Our average temperature is like 64 at this point. So it's been a while since we've, been feeling the 50s for multiple days in a row. Let's time out your Saturday. I talked about Saturday starting as isolated rain activity. That will build as we go through mid-morning. Looks like by 11 a.m., it's filled in pretty much, moving up south to north to the I-70 corridor. That will continue pretty much for the first part of the day as we get into the evening. It looks better chances to see more rainfall, those along and south of I-70, than those up to our northern counties at that point for Saturday. Saturday evening generally builds a little bit more, becomes a little bit more widespread across the area. That takes us into your Saturday night and into Sunday morning as we see scattered activity, and it becomes widespread by the time Sunday morning rolls around. So Sunday's looking like to be the soggiest day of the next 3. There is the potential for some strong to severe storms on Sunday itself. This is new as of today. We have a level 2 out of 5 risk just out of the area, but for our southeastern and eastern counties, we're looking at a 1 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms, hail, and damaging winds being the primary threats with that. So this does not include the metro, but it does include our eastern, southeastern counties. Once we get to Sunday, we're talking more widespread activity that will continue off and on kind of throughout the day. There is the potential for that strong to severe storms towards the southeast. So model range, our short-term models can't quite get there yet at this point. This particular model shows it a little bit more dry in the morning, bringing some thunderstorm activity into the kind of afternoon and evening. I think that this model is looking less rainy than we probably will be. So as we get into just around 3:15, we get the latest models in. The model that usually performs the best here is going to be able to get us through about midday on Sunday. So I will bring you that latest update for our future radar come 3:30, and then we'll have it through the rest of this afternoon and evening. But still expect rain, some thunderstorm activity on Sunday. So with that being said, a lot going on over this next 3 days. Luckily, things are quieting down for the most part. For the most part, there we go. As we get into next week, temperatures more steady in that low to mid 70 degree range, which we like to see after we're in the 50s. Of course, that 70 degree mark was hit at midnight. So cooler today. But next week, some more spotty chances for some rain and thunderstorm activity, but at this point, it's looking a little bit more quiet than we are going to see over the next 3 days. So that's the latest updates that I have for you today going into the weekend. Myself, Chief Meteorologist Luke Doris, will be with you this afternoon and into the evening. At 3:30, I'll have more details, some more shorter range, kind of high resolution models to look at with Sunday and how widespread that rain will be on Sunday. So I hope everybody has a great Friday, great holiday weekend, or a great weekend in general. And I hope everybody's, gets that rain gear handy and keeps it out for this week. I hope everybody has a great day.